Hello, this is Frank, and it is the top of the hour, and I'm going to go ahead and get started on time. We respect your time for showing up. We appreciate you being here, and we're going to have a lot to cover today. I'm going to try to slow it down from yesterday. I was going a little too fast, and a few people didn't quite get everything I said, so we're going to be a little bit more careful today. But in order not to waste any time, I'm going to dive right into it. So what I wanted to say is that by way of introduction, I want to let you know that we are Easy Financial Group, LLC. We are a group of highly motivated professionals. That's why we invited you. The structure of the company is member office, that's me, underwriters, that's you, pro agents, that's also could be you, and standard agents, that could be you. The standard agent in this company, we had a question, and I'm going to have to go over it a little bit with a little bit more detail because we had a question after yesterday's presentation. So I want you to follow this. The standard agents, who works for finance agents, not necessarily Easy Financial. Remember, there are two different companies. They are the parent company. And I'm going to get back up there. Finance Agents is the parent company. Easy Financial is the member office or the branch office. And the branch office actually has more programs than the parent company has. The parent company has a structure. It's in your back office. It's under Manage My Account. If you look on the left-hand side for the star and look at Manage My Account, you'll see a standard agent's commission is 10% on all the products that are in the back office. I'm not going to go over each one of those products. There is a video that explains each and every one of those products, and they're in your back office. The pro agent gets 50% more than the standard agent. So we like to work with pro agents. Also, a pro agent is able to build a team with overrides and many, many more perks. This is an invitation. I'm issuing an invitation to everyone to step up to pro agent. Our expectations are high. We expect you to do whatever it takes to drag each and every deal over the finish line. There are no butterflies here. Deals don't float over the finish line on their own. You have to drag them, sometimes kicking and screaming, but you need to drag them over. We are talking to underwriters in training today. You need to get your mind around that. If you're on this call, it's because you are an underwriter in training, and underwriters have to wrap their mind around. We have to drag deals over the finish line. They don't float over the finish line. Our expectations, we expect you to encourage all those who are below your pay grade, as well as those above. We expect you to put in a full day's work within reason. We expect you to ask questions and strategize if you don't have the answer. For example, I know Judy is unmuted. Judy, are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir, I am seeing your screen. I will have to tell you my internet is a little in and out, but if you can hear me, yes.
Okay, thank you. Our requirements, we expect you to have a basic understanding of computers. We expect you to have Skype and Zoom already loaded on your computer. This is how we train people. This is how we solve problems instantly rather than 2 hours of explanation and they walk away not having a clue what we said. We expect you to work closely with your standard and your pro agents at least once a week. If we're not touching our pro agents once a week or our standard agents once a week, they think we don't love them. And sometimes they go and they just disappear and you no longer have that agent. When if you just made a call once a week to check in to see how they're doing, encourage them, give them ideas what to do, these guys would be, guys and gals, would be tremendously loyal to you. We expect you to contact every lead. Let me repeat that. We expect you to contact every lead at least 8 to 12 times. What does it mean to contact a lead? Well, I sent them an email. Not good enough. You need to call them in the morning, call them in the evening. When you call them, also send them a text message in the morning, send them a text message in the evening. Also, send them an email in the morning, send them an email in the evening, and do that until they tell you to quit doing it. And then just ask them, would it be okay for me to just keep you in my database and touch on you from time to time when we have new programs? We want them to either buy or die. We want them to either get with the program and do what it is that they came to us to ask, or die, one or the other.
Somebody needs to mute in the background.
Well, I need to hit mute all again.
Okay.
Okay. I will hit the mute all again if I can find it real quick. Oh, come on. Participants, mute all again. Okay, all right. Everyone's muted again. Thank you for that. Appreciate that.
Actually, they're not.
They're not muted?
No, I can still hear the background noise. However it is, please, in the background, mute yourself or stop what you're doing.
Okay.
They're obviously not even listening.
They're not even listening. It's Eloise.
Right.
Okay, so Eloise is muted.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, they're not listening. Sorry, Eloise. Apparently you weren't listening. Okay, let's resume from current slide. Okay, thank you, Judy, for clearing that up. So we expect you to encourage your agents to go to RIA group meetings and Board of Realtor meetings. Every month or so, there is a RIA group meeting in a city and town near you. Every month or so, there's a Board of Realtors meeting. And every week, there are real estate agents meetings in their office. You need to get to know these people, and you need to encourage your people to go there. We're looking to build a team of solid agents, solid pro agents, and of course, solid underwriters. And if you encourage your people to do these things, you will be one of those people that have a solid team, and you can have a consistent flow of deals coming over your desk every single day. Okay, so what are the benefits to step up to pro agent? You get 50% more commission if you step up to pro agent. You get a 50% override on your agents. And the standard agent, so I'm going to give an example. This example is got to do with the back office in finance agents. In your finance agents, it's called an agent portal. In your agent portal, if you click on the star, the one that says manage account, you'll see that the commission schedule is 10% for a standard agent and 15% for a pro agent. So if a standard agent's commission on products that are in the back office were $1,000, the pro agent selling the very same product in the back office of the finance agent's back office agent portal, if he sold the very same product, the pro agent their commission would be $1,500. The standard agent's commission is $1,000. Then whoever is the pro agent over that standard agent got an override of $500. Yeah, the standard agent's commission was $1,000 a week. If you had 10 standard agents making $1,000 a week, that would be $10,000 a week. And for the pro agent, which all of you will be, all of the people who are underwriters will also be pro agents. So if that were true and they were making $10,000 a week, the pro agent, which includes everyone on the call, should be making $5,000 a week. Now, anybody can answer this. Who can survive on $5,000 a week? If nobody wants to answer, it's okay. But my question, who can survive on 5,000? You probably need more than that. And that's why we'll help you build your team. There's no limit to the number of agents. You also get other benefits like sponsored agent statistics, agents networking, dedicated domains, exclusive business card templates, customized emails, recruiting email templates, exclusive recruiting webinars, exclusive training manuals, recruiting presentation templates, expanded product line, and advanced training. And somebody has already taken advantage of this on the 6th of this month. I will be doing a presentation live via Skype into a group of people. So if you have a group of people like real estate agents or like a RIA group, I will do a live presentation of our 10-minute presentation. I'll do a live presentation into that group via Skype. And somebody on this call has already taken advantage of that, and we won't embarrass them and ask them to speak, but afterwards we will. Okay, so pro agents requirements. You first must be a free standard agent. You must complete the real estate masterclass. That is a given. You have to do that real estate masterclass so that you understand the real estate side. Now, everything currently is on videos in the portal on the business side. You can take the business training at your leisure. There are videos about everything there. But we must take the real estate masterclass in order for us to understand all of the secret ins and outs of the real estate business. You must submit at least 3 deals. A pro agent requirement must complete and fund at least 1 deal and must enroll at least 1 standard agent. Well, the good news is everyone on the call has done most of that, and if you haven't, don't worry, we're going to waive that. So everyone that's on the call who is going to be a underwriter or is right now an underwriter in training, we're going to waive those requirements, and you're going to go straight to underwriter, and you will have all of those things under your belt. Okay, so now what I'm going to do real quick, but I'm going to slow down a little bit. I'm going to go over the features, the featured programs that you can find in your Finance Agents Agent Portal. These are the programs that Finance Agents offers. And so we're going to go ahead and talk about the programs and the documents. Unsecured. God, Alice, stop it. Okay.
I'll take care of that.
Okay. The FICO-driven 680 and above. This, we're talking about the unsecured business fund. Alice got me flustered. The unsecured business finance, UBF, also known as unsecured business funding, UBF. This is also known as our working capital. Everybody that we put through the real estate goes through this first. It's called our working capital. And it's FICO driven. It's a 680 or above.
I'm taking care of it, Frank.
Okay, I wish you would. It's really, really annoying. Okay, no collateral. All right. The credit partners are permitted. Starting over again. Unsecured business finance, UBF. It's a FICO-driven program, 680 and above. The credit partners are permitted. You can have a credit partner to sign up. There's no collateral, no income documentation, and no financials needed. That's great for startup businesses. No age requirements for the business. Great for startup businesses. It goes anywhere from 20 to 100,000 funding range. We can actually go all the way up to 300,000, but that's a stretch. That would have to be really, really good. The business credit cards, these are business credit cards. It's revolving, not loans. We don't like to promote this because some people have really beat this program up, and people are negative about it. So we don't get into this directly right away. We let them, we ease them into it and explain later on. It's education. We educate them. Credit does not appear under the person, but on the business. That's really important for the unsecured business funding. Let's go ahead and go down to the next one, is unsecured personal funding. So unsecured personal funding, which is UPF. This is for individuals who don't have enough depth and history. It is also FICO driven with 680 requirement. The credit does appear under the person and builds your credit profile. We do have promotional rates of anywhere from 0% for 12 up to 24 months. And you can get lines of credit from 15 to 50,000. And all is needed for this is a credit report with at least within the last 30 days. And you can use Credit Karma. I'm particularly using Credit IQ these days.
Frank, that is Identity IQ.
Identity IQ. Thank you. Thank you for that correction.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Personal program, personal term loans. These are all in the back office now. PTL, we're going to have a special presentation just on PTL. This previously was for W-2 employees only. It has been expanded to now 1099 employees as well. So that opens it up to a world of possibilities. And so here is basically what the program is. It's for individuals that are W-2 employed and make $40,000 to $60,000. It is FICO driven. You do need a 650 to a 680 or above. And the term is from 3 to 5 to 7 years. And the rates are from 7.9% to 19.9%. You can get anywhere from $15,000 all the way up to $100,000. There's no restrictions on the use of the funds. The funds are put directly into your bank, cash in the bank. It's actually cash deposited directly into your bank. So if you couple this program with the real estate, with the 125% program, that means these people are going to have up to $100,000 cash in their bank that they can use. And this program is one of the fastest programs we have. It can be from 7 to 10 days, and it can be as little as 3 days. What it takes is a credit report within the last 30 days, Credit Karma, and or any of the other credit monitoring programs. Okay, PTL, the personal term loan, we need a credit report within the last 30 days. We need at least 2 pay stubs. We need a copy of the driver's license, a copy of a utility bill, and the PTL agreement. Next one is equipment financing. That's EQF. Up there's a typo. It says EF, but it's EQF, and it's this is FICO and collateral driven. You can go all the way down to 600 FICO. It could be used for office equipment, medical equipment, communications, restaurant, industrial, automotive. And what it does is it preserves your working capital so that you keep that capital to operate your business with. And it also goes hand in hand with the UBF and the business directed retirement account. So you can double these up. You can use this UBF and the equipment financing to get twice as much money. This also is a great program for startups, and you can get up to $75,000 or more. It takes a little bit more requirement for the bigger numbers. It's a one-page application. You do need a credit report. You need a quote of the equipment that somebody is looking for. And if the existing business, you can go up to 75,000. If you want greater than 75,000, then you need full financials. But under 75,000, you can do us without full financials. All right, business term loans. This is an SBA loan. This is a term loan, and or it's a line of credit. It's good for franchise, startups, existing businesses, acquisition rates as low as 6%, and terms as long as 10 years. For larger amounts, over 150,000, you need to have good credit. You need to have collateral, experience in what the business that you're in, and time to get through the 8 to 12 week process, and sometimes it's a lot longer than that. Okay, the business term loan, you also need a universal application, which we supply in the back office, a credit report, 3 years of personal tax returns for anyone who owns 15% or more of the business, current year's profit and loss, and a balance sheet, the last 3 years of business bank statements, and 6 months of business bank statements. Okay, the revenue-based account, this is an alternative funding program. It is FICO. You can have FICOs down to 500. There's no collateral needed. It's industry driven. It's good for specific industries like medical, service, retail. Those are the best industries that this works in. You get up to 100% of the gross monthly sales, not just credit card sales, but whatever you make per month, you can borrow that much money. You need to be doing at least $15,000 a monthly in revenue, and it's a fast process, 3 to 5 days. It is a one-page application. The last 4 months of business bank statements, the last 4 months of credit card processing statements, copy of your driver's license, and a voided check is all that is needed. The business-directed retirement account, I think I packed too much into this call. The business-directed retirement account is $50,000, and it's if you have a 401k or an IRA from any previous employer. That's the key word there. It can't be a current employer. It's got to be a previous employer. And what we do, I'm going to paraphrase now, not read every line. We help people avoid penalties, interest, and taxes to the IRS. We have a way of avoiding penalty, interest, and taxes and pulling the money out of your IRA or your 401k, use it for your business, and return it back to your IRA or 401k without incurring any penalties, interest, or taxes to the IRS. This is a great way of people funding their new business after retirement or after they leave a company that gave them a good 401k. Okay, this is an alternative funding program, and there is no FICO requirements. It's a universal funding application. It's a simple app. It's most recent retirement statements from your 401k, and then a credit report is optional. You don't necessarily need it. It deals with alternative. Okay, it deals with residential and commercial properties, where commercial real CRE, new program. CRE deals with commercial real estate. I'm running out of time again, so I'm going to jump down to the next page, which is what we really wanted to focus on, is what are the things that we can do. I do want to open it up for some questions. All of the things that I mentioned above, they're all in your back office. There are videos in your back office that you can watch and learn. Now, these videos, the next products that I'm going to talk about, switch over from finance agents to Easy Financial. Now, I've asked everyone to create a 3-ring binder, a white 3-ring binder with plastic page protectors. I would love to see this on the front cover of the 3-ring binder with white white 3-ring binder with page protectors, because I will be sending you documents that you need to be able to quickly reference. If this were on the front cover, I would be so happy, because this is our flagship product. That means it is our best product. It's 125% buy, fix, and flip. We provide people with working capital up to $75,000 to $100,000 of left-hand money. This is before they found a piece of property. This is before they went out shopping for property. This is pre-qualification. That is before you're losing your deposit. This is pre-working capital. Then we give them the acquisition capital. This is when you found that perfect property, the deal of the century. It can be from $100,000 to $5 million. Various terms will apply, anywhere from 12 to 36 months interest only. Then we have the rehab capital. We reimburse you up to 100% of the work done, and it's all rolled into the loan. There's that nasty little 10-minute warning. Okay. So that means I only have 10 minutes to finish this whole thing. So I'm going to truck along. And then the last thing that we have is the marketing capital. It's the same as working capital, and it's used for marketing the property. This is our flagship product, guys and gals. If anyone on this call should know this thing inside, outside, backwards, forward, be able to recite it in their sleep. I need you to go to youtube.com and look at the videos that we have, multiple videos up there. I need you to request the 10-minute presentation that you can do, your voice substituting my voice. And you need to be getting familiar with this. This is our flagship product. If you present this product to REIA groups or board of realtors, if you present this product, you will have more business than you can stand. If you encourage your people to go to REIA groups and board of realtors and every realtor office there is in his city and town, you will have more business than you can handle. If you don't, I don't know what you're doing. Okay, the featured programs, the exclusive programs that are owned by your member office, Easy Financial Group, that's your member office, is of course our flagship product, the 125% buy, fix, and flip, the 100% CLTV. Again, go to YouTube, watch the videos, they're all up there. 36-month lease option program, teaching people how to buy a piece of property, fix it up. When it's perfectly leasable, lease it for 36 months instead of selling it. You make the longest possible dollar. You make the most possible amount of money on a real estate sale when you do this. 30-year fixed rental portfolio program. You bought the deal of the century, and you rehabbed it, and it came out so beautiful you couldn't bear to sell it, so you decided to put it in your rental portfolio for your retirement. You can have up to 30 years to pay on it, and it will be a fully amortized loan, and you can have your tenant pay for your property. Cash out refi or refinance. We have a program where if you buy a property at auction and then you find a better one a couple of weeks later, you can cash out of the first one and then buy the second one with the money that you pulled out of the first one. Auction quick cash back. We have a program where you can buy properties and get cash back in a very short period of time, under 5 days. Okay. Those are our products. That is a product line that nobody else in the industry has. I'm working every day diligently to make these products work for you. You need to take the responsibility yourself to go into your back offices and view all of the videos that finance agents put together to train you on the back office products. We need to work together to make videos to cover all of these other products that only we have. They are exclusive to Easy Financial Group, your group. So with that, I've got about 5 minutes left. If there are any questions, if there are any questions, unmute yourself, shout out your name, and let's ask the question. You know I was going to go here.
And Frank, I did just put in the chat box my contact information. If they have some questions they think of later and such, please contact me, because Frank is real busy just running the show here, if you will, and I am his backup at this point. So my information is in the chat box.
Okay. All right. Well, Larry, is Larry still on the call?
Let me see.
Yes, I am.
Hey, Larry. I'd like to let you talk until we get kicked off. We're going to be kicked off in about 5 minutes. But yesterday, I wanted to ask you about the way that you're going about getting these leads. I know that you are very proactive. You've got 30 leads in the back office, and you've got 30 more to put in there. These are underwriters in training that we're talking to. You're one of the pro agents. I'd love you to share with the underwriters how you're doing it and what they can share with their agents and their pro agents.
Okay. In my advertising, reaching out to different groups through different media, it's more about asking them what they need. I state what we have available, but I always ask, please call and we can discuss your needs. And so it's a conversation. Usually they refer back to me and we have an email or we have a voice conversation. But a couple things that keep coming up that I think the underwriters, if they're in a voice conversation with a potential customer, needs to address. And that is the comfort level of the person. And they end up, something that seems to always come up is, what's the interest rate? They're always worrying about interest rate, and consumers are conditioned to think of interest. And so when you get somebody that's not a sophisticated investor, that's doing the normal way a consumer does, they're going to ask you that question, and it needs to be addressed to their satisfaction, some way to reposition in their mind so that they're not hung up on the interest rate. Because I tell people, I said, we're not a bank and we're not a bank robber. We're someplace in between. Your credit dictates where that is at. And then I shut up and let them kind of digest that a little bit. And one of the others, and I'm going to share this with you because I had it shared with me a long time ago from a very sophisticated investor. And he talked about what average people think about interest rates and what investors, how they relate to interest rates. And he said that the average consumer, like they're going to buy an automobile, they look at the interest rate, what they're going to pay, and what the payback is, which is smart because this is a consumer item and it's a cost. But an investor looks at a bigger picture. And they always say, not what it costs me, but what it's going to make me. So that if you say, yeah, we're charging you 20% and they feel bad about it, you have to react. If you do this deal, how much is it going to make you? When it all shakes loose, that interest rate is irrelevant. If it makes you money because you're able to pay that interest rate and get the deal done, then it makes sense. If you complain about the interest rate and don't do the deal, it don't matter what the rate would have been. And it's just repositioning the person borrowing money to let them feel confident in their mind that, hey, this is a smart business decision on my part. And then as we work with them to bring their credit rating up, then we can talk about lower interest rates. But it's getting that confidence with that person who's inquired about, they want some money. And so, those things get handled up front. And once you get them on your side, and thinking. Then they know you're there to help them.
That's enough. That's enough. You did a great job. That I wasn't expecting that, and I'm sure you didn't know that I was going to call on you. But that's a great concept. If we can just get everyone to understand that concept, we have less than a minute left. If we can get all the underwriters to be able to respond that way, the interest doesn't really matter. It's how much money you're going to make on the deal. And if you don't do the deal, it didn't make a hoot what the interest was if the interest was 2%. If you don't do the deal, if the interest was 30%, and you're going to make $100,000, it doesn't make a hoot what the interest rate is. And we are not hard money. We're halfway between hard money and bank money, and we are the softest hard money you can get. With that, I've got under a minute, it says, so I want to thank everyone for being on the call. Please listen to the recording again. I did go a little bit fast, and I packed too much into it.